So if you're looking to save yourself a lot of time in this game rather than having to do several playthroughs to get all the different endings, it is quite possible if you make all the right decisions that you can find yourself in a point where you pretty much have nothing left to do except the main story for all of the main characters to get the different endings. You will of course have to pick one person to side with at the end, but at least at this point now I'm 11 hours into the game and there's nothing left to do other than the main story quests. So I'm going to try my best to explain it at the start of this video using decisions that you're likely to come across early in the game to avoid spoilers. And then a little after that, later in the video, I'm going to just explain maybe some more spoiler heavy content that will help you avoid making mistakes like I have in the earlier playthroughs of this game. So the first one you're probably going to come across is just the main Oberon story. Maybe Dr. Garrow, you'll be dealing with Captain Sims. It's pretty difficult to annoy Captain Sims, despite him being the soldier man. You can kill a lot of the protocol soldiers and really not get on his bad side. Just when you're in Wyndham Village, just behave yourself here, because that seems to be the only place where it's troublesome. So I wouldn't go up here and start slashing soldiers and stuff. But even if you do get caught doing bad stuff, I have found a few times that if you just run away, they forget about it and it's all good news after it's over. They don't seem to have any memory of what you've done. And likewise, when Sims is going to ask you to go to the prison to interrogate Dr. Garrow, he doesn't seem to remember a lot of the things that you could potentially do wrong there. That doesn't mean you should do loads of wrong, but it does allow you to get away with a lot of mistakes. Dr. Garrow is the same. Her story is pretty easy. Potential spoiler, you're going to break her out of the prison, and it's an easy thing to do, and you'll meet her back at the interchange. She'll help you out. Joyce Tanner's the same. All you have to do is help her unlock all of the radio towers, so do all of those, and she'll become an available person at the end. She seems a bit shady, and there's definitely some questions you'll have about her, but she'll be one person you'll be able to get the story with without having to worry about other people getting in the way. Mother Jago is also the same. She seems quite independent. As long as you do her quest line, you'll be able to get her ending, and you can just reload the save to do that. The big difficulty you're going to have to find yourself with is Dr. Garrow versus Dr. Holden. Now, I've already gone past it in this, and I can't undo it, but so his quest is gone. So Dr. Garrow and Dr. Holden are enemies. If you explore the medical center, you'll find some recordings of their interactions in the past. You realize they hate each other. So depending on who you tell about the other first, so for example, if you're speaking to Dr. Garrow and you tell him or tell her about what you've been doing with Holden, it's going to lock you out of the story for the other person, or vice versa. If you tell Holden about Garrow, it's going to end that story with Garrow. I won't explain why, but you need to be very careful of what you tell the other person about them, because those two are very sensitive characters to their own path, and you don't want to do anything that will annoy them, and that will lock you out of some endings. Sims is obviously, if you kill him, annoy the protocol soldiers around the town, don't do what he asks, you'll get on his bad side. But it's very easy to get on his good side if you just do what he asks you to do in terms around the town. Tell him the stories about the woman in the bakery, go get him the radio. For some reason, even when he gets the radio, he doesn't, like, I did a absolute chaos at the prison, and even though I did that, he doesn't seem to mind, and when you give him the radio, he doesn't seem to mind either. So I don't think his ending is an issue, although his ending is currently glitched, which I think will be patched out at some stage, but his ending is a bit dodgy. But as long as you have a game save here, it's fine. So once you get here, you're going to have all these endings available, but there are different endings to that will clash with each other once you actually get to Oberon. So obviously big spoilers ahead if I'm going to start talking about Oberon now, so don't ruin it for yourself. Pretty much if you've gotten to this point in the game where you're about 10 hours in, you'll know what Oberon is now, so I'm not going to spoil anything. And if you haven't figured out what Oberon is yet, then you don't really need to know what happens next until you actually figure it out. Anyway, so Oberon is the meteorite that's crashed down, and there's several ways that you'll find you can destroy it. You can blow the whole place up. There's explosives rigged nearby. You have to charge all four and then just run out of there. The place will blow up. That is Sim's preferred method of destroying Oberon, and that will keep him happy, allow you to get out. Mother Jago, Dr. Holden, they have all different approaches. You'll have to use a drill to break open Oberon, and then there's this sort of fire suppression system that you can override and inject it with whatever serum or chemical that each of the different people will suggest that you use. Holden seems to be the most, I don't know what you call it, karma positive way of doing it, because it does seem to destroy Oberon and save the environment in the same way, whereas Sims is more destructive. But what I did find is that even though I sided with Dr. Holden, Captain Sims didn't really seem too bothered with me. He left me a note saying, yeah, I didn't do what he asked, but I did still destroy Oberon, and he's happy with that. I can get away on the evacuation chopper with him if I like. And you'll find that with a few as well. Their end goal is more or less the same. You don't necessarily have to follow them. But what I would do is, when you finally reach the room where you see Oberon for the first time, create another game save and do it in a different slot to what you've done here. So I've created a save slot now where I'm about to finish off all of these story endings. You can see Holden's missing because I've done his story already, and I needed to do Garrow's one this time, so he's out of the picture now. So yeah, just make a different game save then for the Oberon part, just in case you need to repeat some of those endings or do stuff there. You might be able to save yourself a little bit of time by not having to do the same stuff over and over again with destroying Oberon and drilling into it. But overall, that should cover pretty much everything you need to worry about to get all the different endings. Just be careful with your game saves that you don't override them, and if you do, you'll be able to pop all of those gold trophies in one run. You will, of course, have to probably go back and beat the game in 5 hours, which by the time you've played it a full playthrough, which I have now, which took 11 hours doing all the side quests, going through the entire game again on the easiest difficulty probably won't be much trouble for you to get that final trophy. So I think that's about it really. I'm going to try and put together a little more visually friendly diagram that I'll post on the website, and I'll put a link in the description of this video. If anyone has any questions about certain decisions that they're unsure of that they need to make, I'll help you answer in the comments too. But I've created a lot of questions and stuff about it already. But the point is, pretty much trust nobody. And if anything, it sounds like you're giving information to a character that seems quite critical, particularly information of Oberon, or doing what they say that may compromise trust on other people, just be mindful of what you're doing and avoid those if you can. The best thing you can really do is focus on all the side quests first, because a lot of those side quests are a lot of fun. And once you've cleaned up all the side quests and all you have left are story ones, you can inch your way forward each character at a time until you feel, this is sounding a little bit suspicious. So I suppose it'll help you now if I see, I've got Garrow's research notes, so I'll bring them back to her now. There's a couple of different people you can escape with. They're all available to me. Sims is going to want the information of Garrow. Joyce, I've already sorted all her problems out. Get to Oberon's the same. Mother Jago's the same. It's all pretty straightforward. It's common sense will get you through a lot of it, so you should be fine from there. But yeah, any questions, just pop them in the comments and I'll do my best to help you out. Talk to you later.